honey, we're gonna jump right into this thing. Y'all see my whole title thing? Y'all see it? Look. And we got a choice. We got a choice in this piece. We have a choice in this piece. You can choose your choice, but I'm going to break it down to see if you guys can float with me and see what I'm talking about, okay? Do you like it submissive? Do you like it submissively? Do you like it submissively? I'm going to break it down because some of y'all probably got the wrong terminology of what I'm saying, and your man is in the gutter. I'm just going to say that. And I'm going to give that a moment as I sip on this water. Good morning. Good morning. Some of y'all on the wrong page of what my topic is. So I'm going to wait and let y'all analyze your whole brain and figure out what I'm talking about. And then see if we can reverse and come back on the same page. Go ahead and finish thinking about my title. We have a choice. Do you like it submissive? Y'all done? Okay, y'all, I'm finna really talk about a difficult subject that don't nobody really want to talk about because it's a lot of people getting misconstrued and they not really with the knowing. They only read half of what was said and then they leave it like that and they don't know the other half and they get a misunderstanding. That ain't what we're about today, okay? We're gonna get some clarification for us. We gonna get some clarification for us, okay? For us, okay? Listen, so I wanted to come on here, like, y'all, this is the last day of the year. Y'all know that? This is literally the last day of the first month of the year. Let me clarify that. This is the last day of the first month of the new year. In case y'all didn't know, we was in a brand new year. You remember how it was Christmas time and y'all was scrambling, trying to get everything together and so forth and so on. And then y'all was like, oh, when I go into the new year, I'm not doing blah, 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 and such a blah, blah, blah. Well, you had a starting point and when you wanted to start with your new year, what you didn't want to do in your old year, but now you want to do differently in your new year, right? So I just want to know, did any of y'all keep up with that or did y'all just stay the same? That's all I want to know. Did you stay doing what you say what you wasn't gonna do, and now we done passed over a whole month? You've been doing the whole thing that you say you wasn't gonna do. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, for me, I said I wasn't gonna do certain things. I'm learning not to. And I say learning because sometimes when we say we're not going to do something, we think it's an easy stop to do whatever it is we're doing. No, it's not that easy. It was a habit for us when we was doing all that other stuff. And it's a habit to learn how to do something different. So I'm still on my learning process. I'm getting better at it, just so you guys know. I mean, I didn't go and divulge what I needed to clear up. So you guys have what you need to clean up. I have what I need to clean up, and I tell you, I'm getting better at it. I'm very much getting better at it. And then also, did you stick to the change? Are you still sticking to the change? Okay, that's a question for y'all. Are you still sticking to the change? If so, bravo to y'all that's out there making it do what it does. But we finna get on this submissive thing. I got to get here, okay? Because I've been hearing so much about it, and y'all know I be collecting, watching videos and see what I can bring to us here on Swag on Heaven so we can learn from each other, iron sharpening iron, so we can do better at what we doing, okay? So we can do better. So this is the thing that don't nobody want to talk about, y'all. Do you like it submissively? I'm going to tell y'all that I like it submissively. Okay. And what do I mean by it? I mean by being submissive to my husband. The freak was y'all thinking I was talking about. I like being submissive to my husband, y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Okay, so in this thing, like we were all taught, remember in the Bible, like a lot of people when the pandemic and the coronavirus and all this stuff started happening, the churches started, dispersing. So the people that was in church started raising more hell than those that was out here already raising hell. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me. Don't act like y'all don't see me. You see me. Okay, some of y'all raised some hell and you're still in the hellish ways and you ain't got out of it. However, a lot of us was taught to be submissive to our husbands, right? Check this out. Y'all gonna learn today. We gonna learn today. Like, I'm gonna break this down swag way, because I don't know what the way to do this, okay? This is Debbie's way. Okay, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not an evangelist. I'm not any of that. I am swag on heaven, baby. So I'm coming to you the swag way. Can I do that? Can I come through? Can I come through? Can I come through? Or can I come through? Or can I come through? You know what I'm saying? I'm coming through anyway. Don't matter. Don't matter. Okay. But anywho, y'all, here's the thing right here. Like, submissive, don't nobody want to talk about submissive because it's always like, oh my God, I got to do what this man tell me to do. No, I'm independent. I'm going to do it my way. He ain't going to tell me what to do. I do whatever I want to do and such blah, 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 and all this other kind of stuff, right? So, okay. Y'all feel me, right? You see I'm going with a different little swag with it. I need y'all to keep up with me, though. Stay with me, okay? I'm different. If this is your first time watching this, watching my show, hey, you get used to it. I'm so funny. I'm funny even to me. But anywho, that's how we be. So like we read in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22, I believe it is. If don't kill me, it's in Ephesians chapter 5, where it says, why be submissive to your husbands, right? Here's the thing. A lot of people don't want to be submissive because they think, okay, in their mind, like when y'all read my whole title, some of y'all came over here because I said something like a submissive. Y'all thought I was talking about sexually. Actually, it can go vice versa, whatever you want to do. That's your ways. That's what you thought I was going into. However, it may tap into that just a little bit. But nonetheless, I'm talking about being submissive, y'all. I'm talking about being submissive to your spouse, okay? We could be submissive to everybody else, but we don't want to be submissive to our spouse. We could be submissive to the pastor, the bishop, the apostle, the teacher, the job, the boss man. We can be submissive to everybody else, but we can't be submissive to our partner. We don't want to be submissive. You know why you don't want to be submissive to your partner? It's because you with the wrong person. Can I come through? Can I come through? That's why you don't want to be submissive to your partner, because you don't trust that person. You don't trust that person with your life, so you don't want to be submissive to that person. People think being submissive is being dominant over. That's not what that means. You guys didn't finish reading. Soon as you read, wives be submissive to your husband, y'all skipped on and didn't finish reading. You didn't finish reading everything, and then you lost your whole understanding. Like, this man is beating me. I don't want to submit to him. This man is cheating on me. I don't want to submit to him. This man is lying to me. I don't want to submit to him. This man is doing whoop, whoop, whoop to me. I don't want to be submissive to him. One, you got to ask the question, why is this happening? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? How did y'all get here? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what, when you married, when look, you're supposed to be submissive to your spouse. That don't mean be controlling over the person that's being submissive to you. That don't mean you need to fall under control, under manipulation, controlling, treating you wrong, mistreating. That's not what that means. Let me tell you, let me break this. I'm going to give you a little breakage down to what I'm trying to say to you. Y'all know, check this out, right? Now, do you want to be the first one to get the whooping? I don't want to be the one to get the whooping. I don't want to get a whooping. Remember, you was little and your parents used to whoop you back up in the day. Nowadays you really can't whoop the kids, but back up in the day we used to get some whoopings. You understand what I'm saying? They call it spanking. We call it whooping because that's what it was. That's what it was. You understand? I don't want to be the one to get the whooping. So accountability is what that is. Submissive is being accountable. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down to you because some of y'all already on the other end talking stuff that you don't exactly know what you're saying. You understand? Submissive is accountability. That's the person that is accountable for what happens. That's the head. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want the whooping. You understand? I remember before I married my husband, I said, I am submissive to you, but if you go the wrong way, I'm not going that way with you. That's what I told my husband. That was one of the first things I told my husband. If you go wrong, I'm not going that way. I'm not doing that, because I'm not going to be accountable for that. You're going to be accountable. If something that's what the submissive is. That's the lead. That's the head. Let me share some. Y'all, I got so much notes. I couldn't even stop writing. And some of it, I'm gonna come off the dome with it. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell y'all something. Being submissive to your husband, when you married your husband, you was like, I trust you with my life. Remember that? I trust you. I trust you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you was. You trust your husband, right? If you don't trust your husband to have, to be the head, this is what you got. Two heads can't come together. Two heads is gonna be bumping. If you see a monster with two heads, y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. Y'all, this is what y'all, let me know. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. If you see a monster with two heads, you gonna stand there or you gonna run? Which one are you gonna do? Me, I'm running as fast as I can. I can't run, but in my mind, I'm gonna be floating on air. Did y'all ever see that video where the little boy went upstairs, opened up the door, and it was during the Halloween time. His mom had put something in there to scare him, and he went running down the stairs, but actually he was floating on air. It's like he did one leap, and he was going like that. I'm gone. I don't want to see a monster with two heads. You understand what I'm saying? There's the head, there's the neck. Every part of our body has a area in which it's supposed to be working. And I'm not gonna be that. No, when God say, well, what happened here? Somebody got to pay for this. I'm gonna be like, thy father, thy head. My husband gonna kill me. So you, oh, hi, honey. I want to be thy father, thy head, because you being submissive, you got to be able to compromise. This is not somebody. If you chose to marry that person, that means that you said, I trust you with my life. Then the other person said, I trust you with my life. We in this thing together for life. You understand what I'm saying? So being submissive is if you got somebody that you with and you can't fall under submission with that person, but yet you can fall under submission with your job. They tell you to get to work. What you do, hop up and get to work when you know that's your day off. But you get up and go. You submissive to your whole job. You understand? Because you're trying to get that paper, that guac, cheese, dinero, guacamole chip, and the dip. But you still submissive to that job. Let me tell you something. You submissive to the stoplight. Get in your car and take off. Don't stop at nothing. Just take off. Just go, roll, put your beat on, blast the music, and roll. Don't stop till you get to where you're going. Are you going to submit to that light? Are you going to, submissive mean to yield. Are you going to yield to that light? You yield to a man-made functional light, but you can't submit to your spouse. Let's talk. Let's think about that for a minute. Now y'all going to think about me when you hop in the car and you stop at the red, the green, the yellow light. Because, oh, dang, I can submit to this light, but I can't submit to my spouse. We're on vacation venturing the word submit. Okay. Now take this for instance. Okay. Don't you want your children to submit to you? Don't you want your children to do what they supposed to do? Or are you going to let them run amok in your house? Oh, you broke that? Oh, that's good. That's a good job. Oh, you got bad grades? You are doing great. Like, oh, you didn't clean the house? That trash been there since how long? 1 month? Way to go. I'm tripping. Somebody help me out. See, here's the thing right here. Here's the thing. We watched a lot of our people grow up and be like, can't nobody tell me what to do and such a blah, 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 and all this other kind of thing, right? Here's the thing. Y'all with y'all men telling them, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do and how I want to do it and such a blah, blah, blah. Now sit down somewhere, Negro. Ain't that what y'all be telling your men's? You be telling your men that. The man is like, to be honest with y'all men's help me out because I'm taking a thought as to this is how you men's will be. Well, dang, she got so much masculinity. If a man would have came to me like that, talking to me, we got to go round for round. And my woman coming to me, talking to me like that, and what y'all gonna do? Shut down? You're not going to want to listen to what that woman say because she more masculine than you is. You understand? You feel, there's a difference from being strong and independent in your ways and the ways life have taught you to be able to get through things, to get over things, to be strong enough to handle it. But there's such thing as having too much masculinity. Okay. Men's like soft. Men's like, that's why men's be like, oh, you smell so beautiful. Men's be like, oh, you look wonderful. Men's be like, oh, let me hold you. Men's be like, oh, that I make her laugh. Men's like the gentle side of you. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this whole thing. Maybe I'm wrong about it. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, when you out there being so strong out there in the world and you come home and you still got that strongness on you, what is a man supposed to do? What is a man? It's a vice versa. What if the man has so much femininity, they had more than you had? They had more than you have. And every time you go to them, they cry about this. There's a difference between allowing your emotions to flow, feel what you feel. Even if you see your man shed some tear over some subject, but y'all act like the women's are the only ones supposed to cry. No, baby, if your man can cry in front of you, baby, honey, that's a good thing. You want him to go crying to a whole nother woman? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a man with so much femininity and you in a relationship with him and you're supposed to be the one that's carrying the femininity, what type of relationship y'all have. There's the masculine, there's the femininity. Which one are you? Which one are you? I enjoy personally going to my husband and submitting to my husband because I want to submit to my husband. I wanted my kids to submit to me. I submit to my husband submit to God. So if there's something going wrong in our relationship, who gonna get the first whooping? He is. Oh, it's nice. He gonna listen, but that's facts because he's the head. Your life is his life. His life is your life. So he can't make wrong moves with his life. He carrying you too. So he got to make the best decision for the both of y'all. If you can't submit to your husband, then there's a problem in your relationship because your husband is your covering. That's your covering. That's your covering. I'm going to tell y'all, when me and my husband, the sand is right there, okay? The sand is right there. We took our sand. The color of my wedding was fuchsia and blue. I had fuchsia sand, which is pink sand. He had blue sand. And the pastor that married us had the white sand. We poured our sand in, and then he poured the white in, which is God. So that in our relationship, that's our relationship. We have God in our relationship. So God is the head of our life. Then there's my husband. Then there's me. Then there's the children. You feel what I'm saying? That's the order. If you have K, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all not going to want to see a two-headed monster. Not me. I'm gone. I'm out 5,000. I don't know none of y'all. It's over. Unless you're trying to put that two-headed monster in a glass cage to where everybody can see it in some kind of museum, I may not still go because I believe that he can break the cage. But I'm just saying, somebody got to be the head. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody, each one of us in our own personal life, we take accountability for what we do and how we do it. That's the one that takes the accountability of everything. If you go to school and you have a teacher, your teacher is responsible for everybody. Those students are going to submit to that teacher. Why is it so hard for you to submit to your spouse? You got to ask yourself that. That's a personal question. That means I don't trust my spouse. Why? Why don't you trust your spouse to make good decisions? I mean, y'all can sit down together. My husband and I, we sit down together and we compromise within our relationship. We talk about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. But ultimately, he's the head. That's the head right there. That's the head. You feel what I'm saying? And that's true facts, okay? I wrote down some stuff, y'all. I ain't even playing. I'm serious. It's a heart attack. I had to say that one. I had to get that one off the chest. You feel what I'm saying? I had to tell that one. I don't understand why it's so cool to submit to the pastor, the job, the church, the stoplight, but it's so hard to submit to your spouse. I don't get that. The first thing you say is, and let me tell y'all what struck me to have this conversation is because I was watching The Real. I kept saying it's The View, but it was The Real. Janie Mai was like asking the ladies about, what do you think about being submissive, right? And she listened to all of them. And then I heard, what's her name? Lonnie said, and this bothered me right here. And I had to talk this over with my husband. Lonnie said, no, it's supposed to be 50-50 in the relationship and this and that and the other. First off, hold up. There are so much problems wrong with that because I ain't in no 50-50 relationship. I'm in 100-100. You give me 100, I give you 100. Because if you giving me 50, who get the other 50? Are you breaking it down between other people? How's that rolling? Because I ain't about that life. I didn't sign on for that. When I signed on with my husband knew what life I signed on to be with one. That's all I needed was one. Just one. That's it. That's all. I'm not in for all the other plays and stuff like that. I'm too grown for that. I may look cute. Thank you so much. No, I'm joking. I am nowhere near conceited at all, period. But I do like where God has me at in my life. Nonetheless, that's not what I signed. I'm not in no 50-50 relationship. I asked myself and I said, well, Debbie, why was it so hard to submit before? Because I wasn't in a proper relationship where I felt safe, where I felt like, okay, this person got this. Y'all, when I tell y'all, let me tell you something. There's some exciting things about our spouses that sometimes we have overlooked. I understand that the hurt and pain that your spouse has probably caused you that you need to get over. But if y'all still together, y'all still need to be working and getting over stuff because he is still the head or however, what type of relationship y'all got going on. That is still the head. You are the neck, baby. That you got a very important job. You understand what I'm saying? And first off, I need you to look at my neck. Would you look at my neck? Would you just look at my neck? Look at it. Just look at my neck. Tina, kind of look at my neck. Would you look at my neck? Wait, look at it again, because I don't think you see it. Look at the neck. Look at the neck. You know what the neck is doing? It's doing a very important job. I'm holding up the head. Look at the neck. Look at the neck. The head can move around because of that neck. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at it? Now I could go put some pearls on it, something to shine it up, make it look nice and prettier. You feel what I'm saying? But that neck, baby, holds that head up. Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at it? Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? I think so. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm called the helpmate. I'm called to help my husband. And I enjoy doing that. Thank you so much. I'm not the head. I'm the neck. Look at that. I got room. Look, see the necklace? Look at that. Look at that. See the necklace kind of accentuate the neck. I could put something right around that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the hand on the neck. Look at that. Would you look at that? You understand what I'm saying? There's some things our husbands don't know that we know. We sit down and talk. We go through it with them and you compromise. There's a difference. There's a difference between compromising and submitting. There's a difference between submitting and being dominant. There's a difference between manipulating and submitting. There's a difference between all of that. Somehow we equated all of that to be one thing. That's not it, baby. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. If you married that person, that means that you believe that at that time that person, unless you are with the wrong person, baby. I'm telling y'all right now, sometimes we had to stand guard on stuff that we don't know. I don't believe with that because we didn't find out who that person was that we married, how we married them, what they thought, what they wanted out of life. And we ended up getting ourselves in situations that we should not have been in the first place. Either you work it out or you get out of that situation. Because being submissive to your spouse is not ever a bad thing. Somebody put that in us that we were made like, yes, that's wrong. Don't submit. We into 21. That's not that we a new, tell me the new roles and what to play. Can somebody send it to me? Send the role play thing to me so I can break it down and have the criteria of what it is. Maybe it's a different resume that I'm unaware of. Maybe it's a different one. But let me tell you something. When I walk down them stairs, my husband covered me. If somebody was to come up and try to do wrong with me, my husband covered me. You understand what I'm saying? Let a man be a man and let a woman be a woman. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if it's same sex. Don't ask me again about this. I don't care if y'all in same sex relationship or whatever. There's still a masculine and there's still a feminine one. I don't care. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I have very good friends that are all things across the board. You understand what I'm saying? So don't ever think that I'm talking about relationships and period. You understand what I'm saying? Don't question what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. Hello. I know you don't want your kids to not be submissive to you. You want them to listen to what they tell you to do, how they tell you, how you tell them to do it. You want them to do that. I'm not getting why is it so hard to submit to your spouse. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. They become accountable. Don't you want that? They become accountable. They make a wrong decision for y'all. They are accountable for it. You understand what I'm saying? Remember your vows when you made them, when you stood there. Did you do a video? Did you take pictures? Was your vows written down? Go back, research, realize what you said and you didn't have a problem with when y'all stood there and gave each other the vows. Can I come through? Thank you so much. And thank you so much. And here's the other thing that you guys did. Once you read Wives Submit to Your Husbands, you didn't read the rest of it. It didn't say that women had to submit to all men. All types of men. Sometimes we have sex with people we ain't supposed to have sex with. We get married and before marriage and then all this other stuff. You're submitting to the wrong ones in a relationship. It didn't say, it said, listen to the words. Y'all, I know some of y'all gonna chew me off. Oh, that's cool. I accept it. I ain't tripping. I ain't worried about it. See, some of y'all are submitting to the wrong people. You're submitting to your boyfriends and stuff like that. Unless that person put a ring on it. Why are you submissive? Unless they put a ring on it. Beyonce, y'all was following her. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Y'all was singing that, but you wasn't meaning it. Y'all was going along with the lyrics, but you wasn't meaning it. The man during your courting season, that's when they supposed to show you who they are. That's when you're supposed to show them who you are. Then they decipher, hey, this, I think this is my wife. I think I found my wife. Do y'all know how much it takes? Y'all think it's easy for a man to come up to a woman and be like, would you marry me? Do y'all think that's easy? We do, don't we? Don't we think we take advantage of that? We take advantage of that because at some point in your life, a lot of men want to marry you. But y'all think that's easy for them to say, I hope she say yes. I hope she say yes. It feel like this is my wife. It takes a lot for a man to come and say, will you marry me? He's saying to you, this is what he's saying to you. I'm finna put up my player's card. I ain't about that life. I could see myself with this one for the rest of my life. I will do whatever it takes. They come in telling y'all that. They come in telling us that they will do whatever it takes. They come in like that. They come in like that. Then when y'all dating and then we all dating and stuff, we all like, oh, nicey nice and stuff like that. And like the way you enjoy the way they're taking you out to eat. You're enjoying the way they taking you out. You're enjoying the way they taking control in a good way. You're enjoying that in your dating scene. But then when you marry, you don't want to submit. Something happened. There was a disconnect somewhere. What happened? What happened to y'all? What happened to y'all? See, what happened to y'all? Something happened. It was all fine and dandy when y'all was courting, doing all this other kind of stuff. Courting is dating. If you dating that person, some of y'all been courting for 5, 10, 12 years. And you wonder why that person is not submissive to you, because you've been pulling them along that long. They could have been and had a husband, had a wife, or whatever. They in a relationship with y'all, and y'all don't even know how to say, will you marry me? Do you want to spend we can spend the rest of our life, but we're not official. Because you can't go down to the courts and say, look, this is mine, this and that. Listen to me. Listen to me good. Listen to me good. I'm such a character, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm not. But, you get me. Listen, my husband is my husband. I am his wife. He always say, I got papers on you, out of joking. He really does. I say, I have papers on you too, out of joking. I really do. I have papers on my husband. It took papers for us to come together. We signed everything, and it's going to take papers to separate us. That is my husband. Some of y'all don't have the mentality to know that you're not supposed to be dealing with a married person. I watched, what was it? I think I watched, whatever the court is where they try to figure out whose baby is this. So the husband, this is a true story. I saw this on the show. Tripped me out as I was listening to this. I was like, what in the whole? But this stuff happened. And I'm gonna tell y'all what happened to me on this. Somebody posted up something. I had to leave up out of there. I'm gonna get to that. Listen. So the husband and wife was in court because the husband cheated on the wife and then turned around and had a baby with the mistress. Okay, now what did the husband do? The husband did the typical thing that every typical husband, cheating husband does. Oh, I'm tired of my wife. Yet, listen to what he said. He said, oh, I'm tired of my wife. The girl heard this and was like, she took it on like, oh, okay, I could be with you and such blah, blah, blah. And they ended up screwing up together. The husband said, I'm tired of my wife. I'm tired of my wife. He told her, I'm married. I'm just tired of her. She took the frustration that he was going through, emotional, whatever, and ended up cheating with this woman. This woman had no standards about herself, because why are you cheating with another woman's man? Why are you doing that? And then, so here it is in hindsight, okay, really what's going on is the husband cheating with the mistress, then going home and getting him some from the wife. So he got him 2 people that he getting him some from. Can I come through all the way through and for real? Okay. Now the mistress don't mind sharing. The wife don't know that she's sharing. You understand what I'm saying? But the wife is standing there, right? The mistress says, well, the judge said, well, what do you want to happen? Well, if the baby is his, then I want him to leave his wife and come and be a father to our baby. What did she say? What did she say? What did she say? I was like, what did she say? What did she say? What did she say? I was stuck. She said, the judge said, you want him to what? If the baby is his, I want him to leave his wife and come be a father to our baby. They married. They're married. That man is still standing there next to his wife. His wife is still standing there next to her husband. That's a whole married couple, right? That's a whole married couple right there. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all be making the wrong decisions. These are married people that you are sleeping with. Remember you said last year, I'm going to put away that stuff. No more. I ain't sleeping with no more married men. And where you at right now? Laid up with a married man. That man ain't yours, sis. That man ain't yours. That man ain't yours. What you doing? Receiving calls from a married man. That man ain't yours, girl. And then she say, well, the judge says, well, don't you see that married couple standing there? Yeah, but he said he want her to file divorce first. Oh, what did she say? What did she say? What did she say? He can't file divorce because he want her to file divorce first. What did she say? What did she say? What did she say? The judge was on the level with me, baby. That man, ain't nothing wrong with that man going down to file divorce if that man want to divorce that woman and be with you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that man. See, the problem is that man don't want to go down and say the reason why I want to file a divorce is because I'm cheating on his wife. Because in the documents, that's the reason to file divorce, at least the main one. That man is embarrassed to go file those papers and say I cheated on my wife. So he want her to cheat first. No. Want her to file divorce first. No. No, and you want to know that this is how you know you on your grown stuff. This is how you know you on your grownness. Because the wife leaned over in the mic and said, Judge, I don't know what happened to this young lady, but I feel sorry for her. And if that is my husband's child, then I would like the siblings, my kids and that child to get to know each other. That's what she said. And I would pray that she get help. Cause that to me was the most asinine conversation I have ever heard. I know it's being done, but when you listen to it and you watch this stuff, this is the stupidest stuff. And then the husband had the nerve to say, well, I wasn't the only one she was having sex with. What the judge said, what do you mean? Because there was another co-worker they was having sex with, and me and him used to compare notes, because one time I had went over there. Yes, I did just say that. Wasn't that stupid? Listen, I'm not even done. Because when I went over there, he was getting in his car and leaving, and then I was pulling up. What did he say? What did he just say? What did he say? What did he say? What did he just say? What in the who's what? I know y'all, I be watching this. What did he say? So the judge was like me. So you mean to tell me that y'all are comparing notes of her, and then you watched him walk out the house and you went in there to get you some? And he said, yes, Judge, I did. Yes, Judge. Listen, people. Get you some standards and some morals. It's free. Sorry. But it is. It's free. Get you some integrity. It's free. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Google is good for everything. Google what integrity is, morals, standards. Get you some. While you out there getting the bag, get you some of that. Get you some. Because here's the thing. The judge told the man that the child was his. He about fainted in the courthouse. You know why? Because his wife was leaving him. His wife was leaving him. The judge asked the man, he said, well, if the baby is not yours, would you want to go get your wife back together and get back on the level? He said, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I would. Yes, ma'am. Asked the wife, she said, it's going to be hard to do. I don't know at this particular point if I want to put myself to something like this. Because you know why? Husbands, wives give up their lives to be with you and only you. If you think for 1 second ain't nobody watching your wife and want to be with your wife and wait until you mess up, you better knock and wake up. Because that's a lie. Just like you out there watching the women's, you wouldn't dare to want to watch a man watch your wife like you watch these women's. You would not want to see the true facts of that. You would not. So get it together. And maybe that's why that woman won't submit to you for the pure fact that you ain't got it all the way together yet. You still up here playing while you ask this woman to give her life to you. That's what you did. You asked her to forsake all others. You said to her, look, I will have you as my wife if you leave everybody else alone. Just don't deal with nobody else. Just deal with me. When you want something, come to me. When you need something, come to me. If you desire something, come to me. I can give you all that and then some. That's what you said to your wife when you asked her to marry you. That's what you said. Come to me. That's what made you the head. Because you said, come to me. And women's, what did you do? You went to that man. You made him the head over your life. You became submissive to that man. Because anything that man wants, you are supposed to get at to him. He is supposed to come to you for the same thing. There is no difference. When he wants something, he's supposed to come to his wife. He's supposed to come to his wife, not to these people outside of y'all marriage, because you ain't going to want this woman to do it to you. And let me tell you something. For a man, all the woman got to do is just cry, shed some tears, and that man just listen. He ain't really listening to anything he said, but he gonna listen to getting those underwears that you ain't getting in. So if that's what you want somebody to have yours, you want somebody to take control of yours, and then you get with that person, they get with that person, and all of a sudden they mistreat, you are accountable for that woman being beaten or anything else in another relationship because you did wrong in the relationship. You are accountable. You're the head. Can I come through? I mean, all the way through. I read a post this week, right? And the post said, I actually did. The only reason I jumped in the post was because I thought it was a young lady that follows me on my thing. But instead of it being, it's the last name started with A. The guy's name was AA. I thought it was AS or A something. The last names were the same. The first names were similar because both of them started with an A. So I was addressing her. That's what I was doing. That's the only reason I got in the post. I didn't want to say that. I was like, I'm committed now. Let me go ahead. The post read, y'all don't get involved with a married person because they not going to do nothing but go on the rebound back to their spouse. What? What did I just read? Some of the thinking that I keep coming across is astounding to me. I don't make this up. I don't make this up. I promise to God I'm not making this up. The post said, y'all don't get with a married person because they're not going to do anything but rebound back to their spouse. Oh, so they have a spouse. And when did the spouse become the rebound? Because how is a spouse a rebound? You mean you're the rebound? I jumped in. I was like, I'm not going to laugh at this. I'm going to come back in. I said, apparently the person had a spouse, so sometimes you may have to do differently and go about it a different way, maybe not be involved with a married person at all, and it'll save you a whole lot of heartache and pain and so forth. That was what I wrote. All of a sudden, I got all these men attacking. Now, my husband's sitting right next to me. My husband is literally sitting right next to me. I done read him the post. I was like, honey, such and such. We talking about the thing on the side. My husband's sitting like, this is his day off. We watching movies. I'm telling my husband as I'm reading this thing. My husband is sitting right next to me. So I was like, honey, what do you think? First, what I do is if I read something on the post, I'll read it to my husband and I'll get his opinion because I love my husband's opinion. It's very, very smart. And I love the fact that God blessed me with my husband because I could really sit down and talk with my husband and I'll be like, honey, this is a post. And he'd be like, what? Like, so anyway, my husband's sitting right next to me. We talking about what the heck is going on that we're reading, right? So I write in there, and next thing I know, they talking about, well, times are different, and this is reality is that you be with married men, married women, married people. No, that's not that. Listen, that's not reality. That is your individual reality. That's not reality. Reality is two people decided to get married and conjoin as one. As one. Two people becoming one. Two people becoming one. That's what that is. They made a vow to each other that they were supposed to deal with each other. If they got problems, some go to counseling. They got problems, talk to somebody about it. If they can't work it out or whatever, try everything you can. If you can't work it out, then y'all just go your separate ways. You don't hang on, linger on. That's reality. No, that's not reality. That is your individual reality. That is the choice that you chose to make. And that is the choice you're going to have to deal with when you have to deal with the consequences behind that. That is that. That is facts. That is reality. That's what reality is. And then you wonder why you're not getting into relationships, because you're taking it upon yourself to break up other people's relationships. You don't belong there. I don't care how much they cry and boo-hoo, do you woe is me, all that stuff. You don't belong in that relationship like that. That is not your place. You is not a counselor. Ain't nowhere in the world that somebody married should be coming to you and sharing with stuff with you unless they feel like you want to give them some great advice to help them in their relationship. Not that you're plotting for them to break up, or not that you're trying to get in there and do all this other kind of stuff. That ain't what that is. That's you trying to get you solidify your own little space in a marriage where you don't belong, so that person can be sneaky. You and that person become accountable. Y'all become accountable for the crap y'all just did. I was in there, I was trying to give a sound mind. You know what I'm saying? I was trying my best. Some guy jumped in there and talking about some black woman, the black woman thing. Why is it when a woman, a strong woman, tries to give advice for a better life for you, or a thought that you may not have thought about, you might want to consider or give empathy to what you're going through? Why is it that she got to be a strong, angry black woman? I said, sir, I'm not being a strong, angry black woman. I said, sir, as a matter of fact, I said, I have a show that I kind of talk about this kind of stuff on, and I'm just trying to give, you know, my relationship, my opinion. And then he went in on my character. I was like, can we please just stick to the subject? I was pleading, can we stick to the subject at hand instead of you coming against my person? Like, I didn't come on here to be offensive. I didn't want to say, well, I actually thought this was a girlfriend of mine that was... I didn't want to say that, but I was like, okay, Debbie, you already in this. You in it. You in it. You might as well, you in it. Like, until the same guy kept bringing me back up instead of sticking to the subject. And then the guy said, you need to apologize. I'm sorry, I need to apologize to who? For what? I'm confused. I said, I tell you what I'm going to apologize for. I'm going to apologize for jumping into this conversation. I'm going to delete everything that I posted up here, and you guys have a great day. And I tried to tell him, like, look, I didn't went through a relationship where lying, cheating, and abuse and everything was involved, and I'm only trying to give an opinion of something that I know for a fact. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you something I don't know. I'm just giving an opinion, but I am going to apologize for being in you guys' conversations. You men take care. Like, and I just deleted. Like, every woman is not trying to be, even though I know that's the thing, strong, angry black woman, y'all just think, no, some of us are really, truly just loud because we've been, most of our family members are loud, or we've been listening to music all our life, and we just speak loud at times. And then we're passionate about what we're saying, so we're loud. You got to find that one that can decipher what you're saying. Like, my husband came along. Y'all, let me tell you, I used to be, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell myself, I used to be a very loud person, very extremely. I'm still loud, but not as much as I used to be, y'all. My husband came along in my life. To this day, I don't know how my husband get this about me. I don't know. There's the person that is meant for you. That person is meant for you and will see things in you that nobody else sees. My husband know how to decipher my attitude. Like, he knows how to do. I did not know that I am a Lucy. You know, Lucille Ball and Ricky Ricardo. I'm a Lucy. Like, never in my life have I ever been told that. But then once he started, calling me, I was like, oh my God, now I get it. I get me a little bit better. Because I do. I whine. I do. I'm very spoiled. You know what I'm saying? I'm spoiled. Is it my fault? No, it's his fault. He's the head. Like, so see how it can work for you as well? But that's true facts. Like, that's true facts. Y'all have to, y'all, it's so hard for people just to submit. Stop jumping into these marriages. Stop doing that. There are very beautiful, eligible individuals out here. You ain't got to be sleeping with the same person. You ain't got to be all this stuff. That person is not the only person in your community, at your work, at whatever. That is not the only person. You need to turn your attraction or whatever you got on that person that's married. You need to turn that off. That ain't how that go. And that talks about your character, what type of person you are. That's what that says. You think, listen, 9 times out of 10, there's only probably a 1% of somebody getting with somebody, taking them away from their marriage and thinking that their marriage is going to be successful. You understand what I'm saying? Because in the back of the person's head, they're thinking, dang, well, you cheated on this person when you was with me. You wasn't faithful to them. They can hold that over your head. You think that's going to make you more sexual or attractive in y'all marriage? No, it's going to bring up resentment that person left that person to be with you and now they can't trust and confide in anything in you because they know how you are. They know your characteristics. They know how you float. They know how you talk. They know everything because you did all of that to them. Can I come through? I don't know if anybody listening to me or not, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that's it. Let me see something else I wrote down here. I want to make sure that I have it all. And then here's another thing, y'all, that I thought was very powerful, because we want our kids to submit to us. Am I right or wrong? We want our kids to be obedient. Am I right or wrong? We want them to do as we tell them to do. Why? Because we are accountable for their life. You understand? We're accountable. We're accountable in the decision that they make. We're their teachers. That's who we are. You understand what I'm saying? You ought to look at the dynamics or listen to the dynamics, because a lot of people are not around their parents when they get older, okay? A lot of people are not. But listen to the dynamics as they're growing up or how they speak about their parents. If they didn't honor their parents, you might want to think about that. Give it some serious thoughts. If they hit on their parents, beat on their parents, didn't do what their parents said, why don't they have the structure of the other kids, of their other siblings? What's going on? What's going on? You might want to check that out to find out why is that the way it is. If they study saying, well, my parents, and they take no accountability, you might want to figure that out. Because that's where the first honor come in at. That's where the first submission come in at, is to the parents. Because even in the Bible, it says, honor thy father and thy mother that you may have long life. Why is it that they are not submissive and honoring their parents? What's up with that? What happened in that dynamics? You understand what I'm saying? What happened there? If they can't give you family relationships of somebody in their family being together for a long period of time and everybody is single, what's going on there? What's going on? Look at that. Why is everybody in the family single? What's going on with that? Talk about it. What is it going to hurt you to talk? If you're talking about somebody having life with you for a long life, why aren't you able to communicate with them, talk about them on any subject that you want to talk about? Why you can't talk? Why you can't talk? Why you can't communicate with the person that said, whatever you need and whatever you want, will you marry me? I'm the one you can come to. And now you can't talk to that person. Why? Why can't you have a communication with that person? What's wrong with y'all communication? You should be able to talk about any and everything. You should be. Even if you wanted to talk about ex relationships, because here's the thing. Past relationships helps to define and create who you are today. I'm going to say it again. Past relationships helps define and helps to characterize who you are today. There are certain things you will not put up with in a relationship. There are certain things you will enhance in a relationship. And there are certain things that you enjoy in a relationship. Do you understand that? Unless you have feelings towards the other person and a shame, or there's some secret or something, that's the only reason you won't talk about it. You don't need to hold stuff in and so forth like that. If you have a great communication with your spouse, you should be able to talk about any and everything. Most times they're not trying to check in and find out. It's the part where you saying you don't want to talk about what you hadn't. Why won't you talk about it? That's when we become curious. Well, what's going on? Y'all can't tell me I'm lying, because that's when the curiosity stepped in. Curiosity killed the cat. That's what we want to know. What happened? Well, what? Well, why you so secretive? You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with divulging what went on, because it made me who I am. I stand strong as a woman because the certain things that I've gone through, certain things I just won't tolerate no more. I am me, and I love me at this stage of my life. I love me. I love me. I've overcome some things that I did not enjoy. I was not happy with some things you guys know and some things you don't know. But you're not my spouse, not my husband coming to me and be like, baby, what happened to such and such? Some things I tell him, he be mad. He wasn't even in my relationship. He be mad. He be like, I'm sorry that happened to you. Then he be empathetic with me. I'm sorry, baby, that happened to you. Then he tell me, I wish I was there, us having our relationship beforehand. Maybe if we'd had our relationship beforehand, we wouldn't have gone through some of the things we did. But God has a timing on God's very own. Be proud of who you are today. You're a beautiful person at who you are today. You stand beautifully because of what you've gone through and how you made it over and how you came through. Be proud of who you are. I mean, that don't mean you have to throw stuff in people's faces and make them feel uncomfortable because of what they've gone through. Are you serious? No, that's not it. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to make them feel uncomfortable. But then, you know what? I learned how to do such and such and blah, blah, blah. Some of the dishes you even make, the food you made it for somebody else. You perfected it now. You know what I'm saying? You get down in the kitchen. I'm one of them. I'm one of those. I learned how to cook. I didn't know how to cook in some of my relationships. I didn't know how to cook. Cook what? What? I don't know nothing about that. I wasn't even taught. Some people wasn't taught as a kid as how to cook. Actually, I was taught how to cook as a kid, but I just wasn't really paying attention because my mama Cynthia, she was like teaching us how to cook and have us in the kitchen, especially making that macaroni and cheese, which I can't make it like my sister. My sister can get down in the kitchen making that mac and cheese. I even had that at the wedding, which I didn't have it at the wedding, but the wedding people had it because by the time I was supposed to have it, there was none. Like, I'm so upset about that. That's a private moment. Which I was just trying to vent it out. I need my sister's macaroni. But you know what I'm saying? Certain things you were taught, and that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna get back on this submissive thing. Do y'all know that you're supposed to submit to one another? My husband submits to me on certain things. So there's certain things that I'm good at that he's still developing on. I ain't gonna say he ain't gonna get good at, but he sees I'm better at certain things. Baby, I want you to do such and such and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. He trusts me to do it. And I'm like, okay, cool. But let me tell y'all something. I'm a wife that my husband enjoys taking care of me, and he tells me this, so that's how I know. Because he tells me this, okay? He tells me this. And there's certain things that come along with that, because when they take you in and they say they gonna love you and they gonna protect you and they gonna cover you and they gonna keep you safe, they really, really do mean that. And if you're not feeling that way, something is wrong with your relationship that got broken in your relationship. You all need to fix that. Don't take that to a third party and think, oh, my wife, like the guy said, well, my wife she's making me mad, or my wife is getting on my nerve, or I'm not getting along with my wife right now. You still saying my wife. You still married to that person. And y'all stop being so slow with the fact that person is saying their wife or their husband. They're still married. Stay out of that zone. That ain't your place. That ain't where you need to be. Oh, but this married man, and the married man was giving her money. Like, he was giving her money. Oh, he giving me money. I ain't letting that go for nobody. Okay. You know they say all money ain't good money. That do you know that? You know that term? And then when that husband get tired of you, or the wife find out or whatever, and or either they go on about their married business and you still single and you ain't getting that money no more, then you decide to get yourself in a relationship because now somebody you didn't like into somebody else that's single, they didn't like it unto you that's single, and y'all get together, y'all got a wonderful life going on. Guess what? It comes back and bites you because all money ain't good money. You feel what I'm saying? You rather sell your soul, sell your body, because that's what you are. You're selling yourself to a married person. That's what you're doing. Oh, because you're not standing on the corner? No, you're selling yourself. How much money did that married person give you? You're selling yourself. What that married person buy you? You're selling yourself. You selling yourself short. You could be wasting your time on something that's for you, but you wasting your time on somebody else's stuff because they can do this for you. Can I come through? I might as well come all the way through if I'm going to come through. Everybody think that submissive is a problem. It ain't no problem. You just with the wrong person. It ain't no problem. You're with the wrong person. And in some of y'all defense, some of y'all are scared to be submissive to that person. Why? Because they going to lead you down the wrong way to do wrong things. They not really taking care of you in your life. They got you living in the wrong place around the wrong dangerous people, and you do it and you don't feel safe. So how you going to be submissive to them? You don't feel safe. And that's the other spectrum. That's why they're not submissive to you, because you have them in the wrong place. You ain't got them in a place that they can walk in their home. The home is what you make of it. It's your sanctuary. You understand what I'm saying? It's your sanctum. In one story I read that this man married to this woman gave the keys to the sister to come inside the house whenever she wanted to. So you got all these people swinging back and forth in your house. So your wife don't feel safe to submit to you, where she ain't got no say so because you're dominant over her. She don't know what to say, what to do. She don't trust you. She hiding her money and everything else from you. You want to get to a point to where you ain't got to hide no money because the money is your money. Two become one. That's your money. One may work, one may not work. One may got more money, one may not got more money. That's still y'all. Y'all are as one. Why is you giving your wife money to somebody else just so you can get you some punani? Did you tell your wife that you're giving your money to the other person? No, because you ain't even told her about the other person. And then you got your wife living in you done picked up her and moved her to some area to where she don't even feel safe to walk outside. Can she go outside and sit on her porch or in front of her apartment or wherever y'all live? Can she go outside, put some chairs there and just sit? And maybe she just need a peace of mind. Can she do that? Do she feel safe enough to do that? Or do she got people watching her left and right and this and that and the other? That's your responsibility to make sure that your family is safe. Whether it's you, your wife, and your kids, whether it's you and your wife or whoever it is. That is your job. You signed on to be the protector. And then when y'all get mad and upset at each other, I was going to say pissed off. Oops, I said it. Okay, pissed off. When y'all get mad and stuff at each other, you want to grab the keys, jump in the car, and take off and leave her for hours. While you out there hanging out with whoever and doing whatever you want, then come back and act like, or you just drunk, pissy drunk. You drunk, all this other stuff. Then you want to beat on her because you done went out there and did whatever you wanted to do. And now she been at home crying, calling her friends or whoever she could talk to say, look, I'm so sad. I'm so hurt. She crying out and you out here and grabbed the keys and took off and left. And then want to come back and get mad at her. Did you cook anything? That ain't your slave. That ain't your slave. She didn't stand in front of her friends and family or wherever y'all got married at and said, I volunteered to be his slave for life. That ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. You ain't got no slaves. You ain't got no slaves. Because if she talk about how you abuse her and this and that and the other, and you end up going to jail, you gonna be the slave of some of them men up in jail? Can you handle that slavery there? Can you be submissive to them When your wife wanted to be submissive and love on you, can you be submissive to them in jail? Can it come through? Can it come through? Can it come all the way through? Can it come through? Can it come through? Instead of you allowing somebody to be submissive to you in love, not in no corrupt way to where they know, no, they feel safe back up in the day. And this is, and I honestly, y'all, ladies, I'm not lying. I hear a lot of men that say that the people that had relationship back in the day, they knew, they had it. They knew what it meant. They knew what it meant. They knew what it meant to be feminine. They knew what it meant to look good for their spouse. They knew what it meant to sometimes we just got to shut up. Shut up. Be quiet sometimes. Don't talk so much. Be quiet sometimes. Have quiet moments with your spouse sometimes. Watch movies. You know what I'm saying? They enjoy, a lot of people love and enjoy playing the games. But we want to sit up and argue because we want all their times and not let them go play their games. If they work hard for it, let them play. What's the difference? You can't find you something to do while they enjoy themselves? You can't do that? Now I can see if they taking over all the times and all their time is the game, then that's a problem. But if sometimes they want to come home and enjoy themselves on the game, what's the problem? Now, I will have a problem if they sitting up there trying to communicate and trying to go back and forth with somebody you don't know and they call it flirtation on the game. Because you know some of these games, y'all, woo, woo, some of these games, shame on some of you people that is playing some of these games because you wouldn't play them in front of your spouse's face. You know you wouldn't. Y'all out of line and out of hand. Y'all out of line and out of hand. Do you know that's considered cheating too? And some of y'all know the games and stuff I'm talking about. Don't you know that's considered cheating too? You didn't know that? Well, let's walk through and venture through then. Let's see. Would you want your spouse playing those games and you ain't around? I'll wait. Oh, no, you say. Oh, what? You ain't got to cuss at me. I just put the idea out there. You doing something that you don't want your spouse doing, but you free to do it. No, that ain't how it go, baby. That ain't how it go, baby. Baby, no. See, it says do unto others what you would have others to do unto you. If you don't want them doing what you do, then why are you doing it? You see what I'm saying? That falls under secrecy. That's why a lot of people don't want to submit, because you're doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing. They want you to be honest. They want to know what type of person they're with, so they know who they're submitting unto. You see what I'm saying? They want to know. They don't want the embarrassment, and I've had the embarrassment of a church. I really have. I have. They don't want the public embarrassment that you're doing in front of everybody else and not in front of them, or not telling them and they have no idea. They don't want you to do the embarrassment to them. You know what I'm saying? Have you all talked to figure out that, okay, this is where we need to be. This is what we're going to be doing. You know, what do you think about? You don't know. Maybe they want to play those type of games with you. You don't know. You just, I used to say this. Don't take my, I forgot what I was going to say. Don't take, how do I say this? Baby, it's really, don't take my will from me. Don't take my will from me. Don't do that. Don't take what I want, how I want to say, or what I want to say. Don't take me from me. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't know what I like or what I don't like or what I want to do or what I don't want to do. Don't take that from me. My choices. Don't take my choices from me. Yeah. Don't take my choices from me. Why you want to take me? Why are you speaking for me? I'm a whole person. Just because I'm submissive to you, but I'm a whole person. I still get to do what some of the things that I would like to do. I'm coming to you because you're the head. I'm coming to you because I trust your opinion. I'm coming to you because I'm spending the rest of my life with you. This is how your wives and your husbands are thinking. Instead of you out here doing stuff you ain't supposed to be doing and doing behind their back. They want to feel safe, like you got them in all areas. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? They want to be safe, like you got them. Not all this other stuff that's going on. No, 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 no. And here's the thing that trips me out. They say, happy wife, happy life. Did they say that? Happy wife, happy life. So the man going around making the woman just as happy as she could be, but she makes him just as miserable as he is. Your spouse is a reflection of you. No matter where your spouse go to, with or without you, that is a reflection of you. My husband is me. I am my husband. When you see me, you see my husband. When you see him, you see me. That's what that means. We are a reflection of each other. You see what I'm saying? And you all are a reflection of each other. That's how that's supposed to be. Husbands, you don't get the chance to go out here and flirt with this women like that man did. You don't get the chance to go out here and sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. Vice versa. You don't get to do that yourselves. And then y'all on a sneaky tip, y'all done lost communication, trust, and everything. Y'all manipulating both. Well, I had to do overtime. You had to do overtime. You had to do overtime. You had to do overtime. And then using wordplay. You know what I'm saying? Telling you the truth without telling you the truth because they just switch the words for different meanings. Y'all do know they do that a lot, right? Listen. Do your best to be the best you. So if they mess up, they're accountable for that. Wives, do you not know that if you do your best to be the best you, God gonna whoop that man's butt and you will see that man get a whooping? I know, and you're gonna want to jump into whatever's going on, how he's getting a whooping, but that ain't your place. Because God said, that's my child too. That's my child and that's my child. When we raise our kids up and we discipline one child, we discipline and we mean a discipline, and we say that's how selfish God is with us. We are all God's children, period. No matter how they say ain't no such thing as God and such and such and such, but let something happen to the family, especially with the corona. How many people that didn't believe in God is now praying unto God? They call on God. That's God's child, that's God's child, that's God's child, that's God's child, and God chasing after those he loves, whom God loves. And that's on some real. We be wanting to jump in and cover them, but here's the thing, they're not covering you. You're afraid to submit to them. Why are you not submitting to them? There's a problem somewhere. Submitting is not a bad thing unless you're in a bad relationship. Something's wrong with the relationship, and that's the reason why you're unable to submit. That's the facts. That's the true facts right there. That's why you can't submit, because something is wrong with the relationship. Find out why your spouse is unable to submit to you. Find out. Because that's the facts. Submission, everyone think that being submitted to somebody is a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. I'm actually loving it. I'm actually loving it because I know that my husband's going to do the best he can. I got sick one time. And I'm telling y'all, my husband, listen, I got high blood pressure, right? And when I tell you nobody has never thought to do anything like this for me, I was like, I knew I was in well capable hands. My husband went and got me a heart blood pressure thing so that I can wear it and check my blood pressure whenever I want to. It goes up and down. It's not like if I'm straight and I'm happy and everything like that, like the blood pressure is good and there's no problem at all. It's under the stress. You know what I'm saying? But no one has never thought to buy me that. My husband did. Why? Because he wants to make sure I'm well. Now your spouse want to make sure that y'all have long life together. Together. When you submit and you're submissive one to another, they want the best for you. They don't want to hurt, harm, and endanger you. That's not what being submissive is. Stop thinking that submitting is a bad word. It's not a bad word. You don't become a slave. You're not, no one gets to have control over you like that. That's not how that go. That's not it. That's not it. Submitting to someone is not bad. You ain't got a problem submitting to your boss and your job. You ain't got a problem with submitting to the stoplight. You ain't got a problem submitting to the police. You ain't got a problem to submit to anything else but your spouse. Why is that? Why do you have a problem submitting to your spouse when you can submit to the pastor and everybody else? Any organization you involved in, you can submit, but you can't submit to your spouse. Why is that? And these people can dog you out, steal your money. You know they ganking you, and you still submissive. Because you're trying to get that guap cheese. Oh, does your spouse need to pay you that guap cheese and there, guacamole chip and a dip in order for you to submit? Is that what you're saying? They need to pay you? Because you ain't got no problem to submitting to stranger. Okay, board, chambers board, whatever. Listen, we have a new leader and you guys will be submitting unto that person. And what you do, you submit freely. But you can't submit to someone that you with all day, all night, sleep with, cook with, eat with, everything with. You can't submit to that person. But you can submit to everybody else. It's a problem submitting to the one you married. If they're treating you well and they're doing the best for you, what's the problem? What's the problem? If they want the best for you, what's the problem? If you got a problem in your marriage and it ain't working well and you can't submit, why can't y'all go get counseling? When you go to the hospital, you get a cut or something, you go get that checked out. There's a wound in your marriage. There's a wound there. Why can't you go get that healed and taken care of? Why is that? Which one of y'all is not compliant to what's going on in your marriage and you ain't trying to fix it? Is this how you want your marriage for the rest of your life to be? Is this it? You enjoy waking up every day arguing, being sad and all this stuff. Not a joy, not a smile, not a laugh, not a nothing, not a sharing. You enjoy that? Why y'all married? Why y'all in marriage jail together? Why you in marriage hell together? Why you doing that? Oh, you love the person, but you're doing the person wrong? Why you there? Why are you there? That's the question you need to be asking. And if you're there, why are you not fixing it? What is the problem? Is the cheating that good? Is the conversation with other people that good? What's the problem? Can I come real? On the last day of the first month of the new year, can I come through? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're supposed to be underneath the covering of our spouse. That's how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be here. You should have been found the one you can go here with. And then when problems arise and y'all go here, you need to be able to get it fixed so y'all can come back here. You understand what I'm saying? Here's another story. Like, okay, so you have some gays and lesbians that are very strong and they just as strong as everybody else, right? So there was this, I heard this story about this labor work, right? And this labor work was, hey, how the people stand on like Home Depot or some warehouse, or some place where they want to work and people drive up and be like, hey, you guys want to work or so forth and so on like that. Well, the young lady pulled up in the car. She said, hey, I'm looking for some people to help move some stuff in my apartment or the business or whatever. There was a business. Okay. So the men and the lesbian, she's built like a man, tall, statuesque person, was like, yeah, I'll go. And then the woman was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, I'll go. What's up? I'm out here for it. You know what I'm saying? So they all get in the car. Here's the thing. The men automatically. Now I've seen my husband move me. Like this is what my husband tell me to do. Go, here's the keys, go upstairs, look pretty. I've seen him say that to me. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him say that to me. And he picks up the stuff and he moves it out, and he moves it out so quickly. I've seen him do it to my daughter's house. Y'all go in there, I got this, and move everything. And I didn't see this, okay? And so the lady was watching the men and watching the young lady take everything down, right? The lady was rolling tough with him, right? And the men was just rolling stuff out, right? The lady's rolling tough, right? All of a sudden, the lady got a little weaker and the men saw it. It was like, and so they helped the lady. Okay, men sometimes, most times, and a lot of most times, like most times that I've seen, all the times that I've seen, men are stronger than women in certain areas, and they can lift and move stuff. They were built for that stuff. Like they be lifting extra weights and stuff. You only got like you got people, women that can do this, but not as much as the men do. Like they find fun in this stuff. Like, yo, you want to go lift some weight? We're gonna lift. We're gonna pump up, you know. I don't know how to talk like y'all. That was my best impersonation. But seriously, they be doing this like it's just this is a thing. You know what I mean? And I can't. For me as a woman, I can't lift up stuff like that. Men can do certain things. Their strength. You know what I'm saying? Their strength is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? A man is wonderful in so many areas, yet we down them and we chastise them and we talk to them like they're one of our kids, and they're not. They're grown men, and they might allow you to be able to speak to them sometimes like that, but then you know what I'm saying? Like that's a grown man. That's a grown man. He was grown when you laid down and had kids. He was grown when you laid down, period. He was grown when he took you on a date and spent that guac cheese, dinero, guacamole chip and a dip. He was grown then. I'm not understanding. Well, I do understand some. Like women don't feel safe enough to go under certain men, and especially if they not married. Y'all not married. Now that's a choice if you choose to want to submit to your boyfriend and your girlfriend, your male friend and your woman friend or whatever. That's a choice. That's your choice. But you're not obligated to. Your submission comes when you become married. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going to happen in your male and woman relationship. It sounds weird to me. The other day I called my husband. Yeah, I remember my husband was my boyfriend, and I thought about it. I was like, that's the weirdest thing. Because we're not kids. We're adults. We're grown. We're grown adults. That's who we are. That's who we are. So, you know, if you want someone to submit to you, bottom line is be submittable to show that person you are submittable. You are capable of having somebody to submit to you. A lot of people want to blame relationships on the women and then on men. Well, maybe it's both. Maybe it's both in the relationship. Something didn't work out. Something, it was working good when y'all first got together. Maybe it's both. And maybe y'all need to work that out. Figure out what went wrong, what happened, or whatever. And figure it out. Just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Or let each other go. You see what I'm saying? Submitting to somebody it's not bad at all. It's not. You're not saying, okay, massa. No, that's not submission. No. That's not being submissive. You better get in there and cook my food. No, that's not. That's being demanding. That's being mean. That's being cruel. That's being, you're out of line. That's not what that is. When I come home, that house better be clean, and I better have my half cubic ice cut and such blah blah. No, that's not. Don't nobody want to fall submissive to that. No, ain't nobody obligated to fall submissive to that. You don't own us. That's not how that is. You that's not how that is. You don't get to be disrespectful like that. That's not what that is. That's not what submissive is. Submissive is, man, I know this person is going to love me, take care of me in the ways that person wants to take care of me. And they show me greatness all the time. I'm glad I'm with this person. I'm happy I'm with this person. This person fulfills me. I trust this person with my life. You know what I'm saying? I know this person is going to make a right decision for us, because that person's intent is not to hurt me, because that person wants to love me. Remember? Be the neck. Be the neck. Be the neck. Hold that head up. Make that head look good. This head on your shoulder. It sounded weird when it came out, but I'm saying, be the neck. You know what I'm saying? Be the neck. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Be the neck. And it's okay. You right up here at the top. It's just that you got to, that person is the head, the covering. You see what I'm saying? Be the neck. Okay? You can bring ideas to that person and be like, hey, you know what? I thought about this right here, and tell them what you're saying. Sometimes I'm a visual person. Always have been. You'll get more out of me if you show me what you're talking about. If you explain to me what you're talking about. If you just sit up here and sugarcoat and throw in bits and pieces, I have no idea what you're saying to me. I've always been a visual person. Show me what you're saying to me. I don't know what that means. That's most times how most of us are. And most times that's how I can see and understand stuff like, oh, okay, well, look at that. Why do you think God gave us eyes? You see what I'm saying? And on that note, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I hope that you guys learn a little bit more about being submissive. It's not that bad. And if you want to read about it, read the whole thing. Read the whole thing. Don't just stop at wives submit to your husband. Read the whole thing. There's a lot more going on. There's a lot more to be said. And there's a lot more to be learned. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be sitting up here playing with people's lives. Life is too short. If 2020 didn't teach you that, baby, you slower than the most. You just operating on pure slowness. It's ice water. Water's good. Alkaline water is the bomb. And I'm trying to tell y'all. So I hope that I enable you guys to look at being submissive to your love better. Stop getting unless that person is demanding on you and is treating you wrong and this and that and the other, then you need to seek help for that. Like, that's not right. Love shouldn't have to hurt like that. Love is beautiful. You're going to go through your ups and downs now. We ain't living in no flowery, no Disneyland. No, you're going to go. We're individuals. Sometimes we have our opinions, and sometimes we gonna make mistakes. I ain't never told nobody I was perfect, because baby, I will make a mistake in 5.2 seconds, and that is that. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. We're individuals sharpening each other to be better than what we were when we woke yesterday and when we woke up today. That's who we are, better individuals. And that's why our swag is on heaven, baby. This is how we get down with get down. Now, next time you guys read my titles, next time you read my titles, I'm gonna just leave that there. So yes, I like it submissive. I like submitting to my husband. I love my husband very much, and I know he got me. So, what are you? Are you submissive? Do you like the submissive ways? I know my husband ain't out to hurt me. I know that. I know every time I go pick my husband up and I see my husband, I get the biggest hug. Even if we're in a disagreement, I'll still be like, I still get the doors open up for me or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And I enjoy getting my hugs from my husband. And I know my husband got me. I know he got me, and he works hard for us. So how about yours? If you don't mind today, why don't you tell them that? Why don't you honor them with the greatness of who they are? Because they do great things for you that they wouldn't do for nobody else. Trust that and believe it. Some of the stuff that they do for you, they would not do it for anybody else. Some of the stuff they do for you, they have not done it for anybody else. You see what I'm saying? Give your love a better chance at what you guys are doing. And that's for the both of you guys. That's my word for you today. Give your love a better chance at what you're doing. Stop hurting each other. Learn to stop. You may have been the one that argued about any and everything and be the one that's just going off. Learn to bring it notches. Bring it down some. Took you a minute to get up there, but bring it down some. It's a habit that some of the things that you've picked up that you're doing is a habit that you learned over time to be able to do. Would that be broken in 24 hours? No. It takes practice. It took practice to pick up the habit. It takes practice to get rid of the habit. Replace it with something positive. That's what you do. So we only 1 month into the first year. I just hope that what you said you wasn't going to do at the end of last year, that you still practicing not to do it. Okay? Now, your girl is definitely out of here. Okay? I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to your girl. Thank you so much. I sure hope I gave you guys a better understanding of submitting. I don't know if some of you guys watch us on Marcus and Debbie Curry, which is our other show that we're doing, picking it up on Monday. And we're going to come on every Monday, and you guys can watch us and you can see our goofy, crazy selves. And if that don't say that my husband don't beat me, my husband do not beat me. My husband listens to me. I'm not saying I got the best husband in the world. I'm lying. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. That's what I think about mine, so I'm sorry. I woke up last night, I heard, and I didn't, and we were knocked out sleep. I heard a young lady scream to get in her car, and I heard this man with this loud, boisterous, mean, angry voice, and next thing we know, we heard a car, skirt, it's gone. I just begin to pray for that young lady, that God will bless over her. And I don't know. That was the most scariest thing. Okay. So here's my subject in the closing. If you're beating on someone, stop. You know, you're going to get that back, and you're not going to like the way you get it. Okay. Your hands don't belong on anybody. Okay, submissive is not being controlling. That's not what that is. If you got that, somebody done taught you the wrong thing, because that's not what that is. That is not what that is. You are with a delicate flower. You are with a masculine man, and these two should be able to come together like this. Just come together. You see that? Come together. It should be a beautiful thing, not a horrible thing to where you wake up and you feel like your life is hell. Every day you wake up, every second, even if you take a nap, you wake up and you feel like your dreams are better than your real life. That's horrible. You shouldn't be living like that. Being submissive is a beautiful thing. Okay, the person is already taking care of you. You're already listening to the person. And when I mean listen, I mean that you guys have great conversations together. All that and then some. If you go over to the reason why I mentioned my husband and I page is because we're gonna give y'all some laughter. And nowhere would you see that there's abuse taking place in our relationship. Now we have disagreements like everybody else. We're not perfect. We have disagreements. Sometimes my husband be like, "Oh my God, that woman." I'll be like, "Oh my God, that man." But we love each other. You're going to go through that in your relationships, and you need to breathe it. Listen, stop grabbing the keys, getting in the car and taking off. Stop doing that. Oh, I need to get away. You need to do what? You need to be an adult and learn how to communicate with your spouse. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be placing yourself in other places that you ain't supposed to be. Learn how to do that. Learn how to communicate. You need to do what? You need to go in the other room. You need space. Go in the other room. Go in the other room. Do something. Put a hobby in your home to where you can go and enjoy. If you need space from that person, y'all come back together and talk. Y'all together as one. You ain't supposed to be disappearing and doing this and doing that. You ain't supposed to be doing that. You vowed to marry that person. You vowed to love that person. What you're doing is the wrong thing. That is not what you called to do in your vows, and you should have wrote that down in your vows if you thought that that's what you was gonna do, because that ain't it. I felt that just in that brief moment, you know what I felt like? I felt like the Huxtable when the son said, "Wow, Mrs. Huxtable, that's real nice what you doing." She said, "What am I doing?" She said, "Serving Dr. Huxtable." She said, "Let me tell you something. I am not serving Dr. Huxtable. I am bringing him a cup of coffee like he brought me a cup of coffee, and I thought that was nice of me, so I figured I was making me a cup of coffee, so I'm going to give him a cup of coffee. It's not me serving him. It's me pleasing my man." And those are my words. I'm going to please my man the way I want to please my man, how my man want to please me, and that is that. You understand what I'm saying? Get some saying about you and your relationship and how you handle you and your relationship. Because apparently somewhere in what you've been doing is wrong. You need to stop operating like that. Don't invite third-party companies into your relationship because it ain't supposed to be there. Being submissive is not what you think it is. It's honorable. Somebody done took a dirty word and made it nasty. It is an honorable word. I submit to my husband. When I want what I want, I go to my husband. I submit to my husband. If I can't submit to my husband, who am I going to submit to? Well, I'm going to be out here submitted to everybody else, and I don't know these people. No, I submit to my husband. And in that order, thank you guys for joining me. Your girl is out of here. I thank y'all so much. It's been beautiful. I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Tune in to Marcus and Debbie Curry on Mondays to watch our shows as we continue on. We're going to do some health stuff, so I'm excited about that. We've already started. A lot of people know us from last year. Marcus and Debbie Curry. Go over there, like the page, okay? It's open. If you want some foolery, don't like the page. Don't even come for us that way. I am not about that. If you my husband's ex and you want some foolery, don't do it. If you my ex and you want some foolery, don't do it. We are not the ones. We're not about that life. Don't come for us like that, because it ain't happening. Boom. If you want some realness and you want some joy in your life, go on over there and join us, y'all. We're funny. We're going to make you laugh some way, form, or fashion, and we're going to bring some truth together, my husband and I, okay? So I am out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me, Debbie G, on Swag on Heaven. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Mwah! Love you guys.